to Riley's World, people. Welcome back. How y'all feeling? Are y'all still celebrating? Talk truth. No lie. Of course, y'all should be still celebrating. Of course. Why not? Why not? It's a fantastic achievement. Not every day Arsenal go to a Champions League final, you know. No, man, not every day that happen for us, you know what I mean? So we should be grateful, you know what I mean? We should be thankful, you know what I mean? We should be thanking Father God right now, still, all the time, you know what I mean? God is good, you know what I mean? And still be celebrating and enjoying our damn self. In spite of what the haters want to say, you know what I mean? In spite of what the haters want to say, haters gonna hate, you know, that's what they're there for. You know what I mean? No way, shape, or form we gonna go through life without haters. It's not possible. Literally, literally impossible. You know what I mean? So guess what? Make haters do what they're there to do, and we do what we're here to do. You know what I'm saying? That is it. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? Life is just full of surprises and just it is what it is. Big up everybody in the building. Big up Scott. Big up Bossa Girl. Bossa Girl, how you doing, man? How are you? Where you been? Where you been, man? You been missing. Yes, as I said, and I mean Arsenal is in the Champions League final. And I mean, whether people want to like it or not, it is what it is. And I mean, we are in the Champions League final, and that's a fact. Um, you know what? I'm gonna start with the celebrating police first. I'm gonna start with the celebrating police first. Let's start with the people that will feel like Arsenal not supposed to celebrate. You know what I mean? That's a topic to talk about, you know. So much topic to talk about because it's been a fantastic week for Arsenal. It's been a nice journey. You know what I mean? It's been a nice journey. So, because it's been such a nice journey, you know what I mean, and the achievement is so nice, you know what I mean, and everything is just good. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the celebrating police. Let's talk about the haters. Big up Dennis in the building. Dennis, how are you? And it's a big up Riley. Rival fans are crying because celebrating going to Champions League final. That is it. That is it. Let's talk about the Champions League. Let's talk about the celebrating police. Arsenal have been going through a lot. You know what I mean? Arsenal have been going through a lot for a while now, for decades. You know what I mean? For decades. The last time we've won the league is 22 years now since we won the league. And the last time we won the Champions League is never. You know what I mean? Never. This is the fourth time we've made it to the Champions League final. Fourth. Second consecutive time in a row. You understand me? So things like these, as much as we are a big club, as much as we are who we are the Arsenal and we this and we're proud and all of that. You know what I mean? It's okay to be proud. That's who we are. We are a proud set of fans. You know what I mean? Do we have much to be proud of? Probably not, because we have been missing some achievements. You know what I mean? But we're proud of our club. You know what I mean? We don't have the trophies to be proud of, but we are proud of our club. We are a proud set of fans. You know what I mean? And people can't take that away from us. People can't take that away from us. People hate. Is that the reason why people gonna hate? Well, that's their problem. If you support a club that you are not proud of, then that's a you thing. You know what I mean? That's a you thing. For 22 years, you know what I mean? We've been sinked, we've been battered, we've been. I don't know what we haven't gone through for 22 years. You know what I mean? I don't know what we haven't gone through. You understand what I'm saying? For the past 3 years, we've come close to winning the league. Second again, second again, second again. We've heard it all. You know what I mean? We've heard it all. We've been here. We're here. You get me? Nobody sit down and acknowledge the steady progress that we made. You know what I mean? See, Andrew said since 2006, 20 years now since we haven't been to a Champions League final. 20 years since 2006. But nobody sit down, no rivalry fan sit down and acknowledge the pain that we have gone through, you know what I mean, over the past 20 years that we haven't been to the Champions League final and 22 years since we have not won the league. Nobody sit down and acknowledge that because guess what? They don't care to enjoy or to allow us to enjoy the fact that we're in a Champions League final. And on top of that, they're scared because Arsenal is going forward. Arsenal is developing. Arsenal is getting better. Arsenal is putting themselves in, in the best competitions and competing this time around. You know what I mean? We're not just in these competitions to make up numbers anymore. You know, when the Champions League, before the Champions League format changed, um, I would always wish for us to drop out before we reach the quarterfinal. You know what I mean? Because I know we're going to drop out at the quarterfinal anyway. So I wanted us to drop out so we could go into the Europa League, and actually that's where we would compete. You know what I mean? That's where our football was at. You know what I mean? We can't go around it. We never used to buy players like that. We never used to buy players like that. It was a situation where Arsene Wenger used to try to develop the players from the academy and make them make sense. You know what I mean? And if you find a gem or two, you're gonna sell them after a while because that's just where the situation was. Right? And that's where we've been. You know what I mean? So it was a situation where qualifying for the Champions League, you know what I mean, coming top four was kind of sort of some of our achievement for us. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing to say, but it was because of the state that we were in. You know what I mean? We were open, we were always optimistic. You know what I'm saying? When we dropped down to the Europa League, when we dropped down to the Europa League from the Champions League, you know what I mean? It was seen as a more competitive, like we could compete in that format because of where we was. You know what I mean? And all of that. So we've been through some stuff. You understand what I'm saying? We've been through some stuff. It's not like we just get up overnight and we don't deserve to be where we are. It's not like we just get up and we just reach to the finals of the Champions League and we don't deserve to be here, so we need to just shut up and just, you know what I mean? Like we pay our way through. We've done the times. We've done our time. You know what I mean? In the shadow. You get me? We've done our time making up numbers. We've done our time doing all of that. You get me? We've suffered enough. Can't y'all see the suffering that we've been through? You know what I mean? All of them abuse, all of them beating from these other clubs, everything that we've been through. Y'all see it and y'all know it and y'all acknowledge. You know what I mean? But yet still, when them other club make them achievements and they do what they do and they celebrate. You know what I mean? What a fantastic moment for them. What a this, what a that. You know what I mean? Everybody else is acknowledged. But Arsenal was not at this achievement for 20 years. 20 freaking years. We have not had this achievement for 20 years. We have not graced a Champions League final. And before that 20 years, we have never done it. You're going to come out here and tell us that we're celebrating too much. We haven't won it yet. We haven't this, we haven't that. It's embarrassing. That's what y'all are telling us. Y'all are embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? You all are the ones that are embarrassing. How can you deny the pleasure, the joy of a club that's been through so much, coming from so far? Look at the turnaround that we have done in 7 years. Look at us. Look at us. We've done it. We are now in the Champions League final after 20 years. And y'all are telling us that we're not supposed to celebrate. Screw y'all. Y'all gotta be kidding. We're gonna celebrate and we're still celebrating. We're not celebrating winning the Champions League. We're not stupid. We haven't played the Champions League final yet. But we're celebrating the achievement that we made it to the Champions League final. An achievement that's eluded us for 20 freaking years. And you're going to tell us that we can celebrate a accomplishment. We've set a goal and we've been chipping at that goal for years. And we finally reach it. And you're telling us that it's not cool, it's not okay for us to enjoy the moment. Y'all gotta be joking. Y'all got to be joking. We're not celebrating winning the Champions League. We're celebrating reaching the Champions League final. And not only just reaching the Champions League final, we're celebrating reaching the Champions League final unbeaten. We're celebrating reaching the Champions League final, setting a record. That's what we're doing. And if y'all don't like it, hey, y'all can go drop asleep for a week here. You know what I'm saying? Because we are going to celebrate. We're happy, and that is that. You know what I'm saying? So the celebrating police that are out there, you know what I mean? The one them who decides, yo, them are gonna arrest all Arsenal fans, put me in a handcuff because we decide to be happy. Y'all are sad. You all are sad. It's a good thing Arsenal doing so well that y'all have somebody to talk about and take away the attention from your sorry clubs. That's what it is. Big up everybody in the community. Big up everybody in the community. You know what I mean? Big up Iden, Smalls, big up everybody. BS, big up BS asking for a shout out. Big up everybody in the community, man. Arsenal fan. You know what I mean? That is it. But we're gonna celebrate, man. And we ain't done celebrating yet. You know what I mean? We ain't done celebrating yet. Our next fixture is West Ham. You understand what I'm saying? Our next fixture is West Ham. We are ahead in the Premier League. We are leading the Premier League. We just reached the Champions League final. And we're not supposed to be happy. Because what? Because y'all said so? It's not gonna work. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. We're gonna be happy. And y'all gonna know it. And y'all gonna sit there and like it or not. But y'all have a front row seat to our happiness. And that is it. Okay? Yes, that is it. On some different note, let's talk about English football. Let's talk about English football. 3 English clubs, massive achievement. 3 English clubs have made it to the final of their Europe competitions. 3 English clubs. Arsenal, Champions League finalists. Everton, Aston Villa, sorry. Oh Lord, Everton. That would be something. Aston Villa, Europa League finalists. And Crystal Palace, Conference League finalists. English football is taking dominance. They are reminding people that they are the home of football. You know what I mean? Well done to the teams. Well done to the teams. I watched the Aston Villa game. I forget that the Crystal Palace game was playing, and I wanted to watch it, but I didn't get to. But I watched the Aston Villa game, and the first half was pretty much even. You know, I was watching the Nottingham Forest Premier League game, and the star player that got him at bus up, I can't. His name eluding me right now. You know what I mean? His name eluding me right now. You know what I mean? Why was it necessary for you to be charging and attacking like that when y'all already had the game won? You know what I mean? It was not necessary. You had such an important final to play, and you went and got yourself injured. That was madness to me. You know what I mean? That was madness to me. You could have been there to help your team. You know what I mean? You could have been there to help your team, but you weren't. You know what I mean? Because I think that was reckless. Honestly, I do. Honestly, I do. But nevertheless, Aston Villa is a representative, and I wish them all the best. And that is that. So yes, let's see, let's see how much of these trophies gonna come home. Let's see how much of these trophies gonna come home. It's a good look. It's a good look for the clubs. You know what I mean? And congratulations again to my team, of course, Arsenal Football Club, Aston Villa, and Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? Hopefully everybody bring home everything. And you know what I mean, just have a party. You know what I mean? Just have a party. Big up everybody in the chat again. Rafe, big up Rafe. Big up Aiden again. Big up Jonathan. You know what I mean? How many more games left? We have 3 games left in the Premier League and 1 final in the Champions League. Awesome. So 4 total games. 4 total games. Yes, I. So yes, congratulations to the English clubs, and I wish them all the best, man. I do wish them all the best. As I said, my team is Arsenal, so that means I'm an English football fan. You know what I mean? So definitely I'm going to back the English team to do it. You know what I mean? Definitely I'm going to back the English team to do the damn thing. You know what I mean? However, some some drawback, let's put it that way, some drawback may happen in the Champions League. The champion not in the Premier League, sorry. The Premier League race is very tight. Very, very tight. Right? Arsenal pulled away 2 points ahead of Manchester City, I think, right? Yeah. And I think we're catch up in games and all of that now. So we're 2 points ahead of Manchester City. No, they have one more game to play. Sorry. They haven't played their second game yet. Which they play against Brentford, by the way. Very, very serious game because Brentford have a chance to qualify for. I think Brentford have a serious chance to qualify for the Champions League. If Aston Villa win their conference, Brentford will be challenging for that sixth spot, which will guarantee them a Champions League spot because Aston Villa would gain their Champions League spot by default, which is through the Europa League. Right, so that spot in the Premier League will be up for grabs. So Aston Villa and Bournemouth, I think, are after that spot. You know what I mean? And they can make it. It's so funny that those team, Manchester City has to play those team. So you know what I mean? It's not it's some tough game Manchester City have. You know, so let's see how well they maneuver their situation there and figure it out. But it is getting very, very interesting and I'm liking it. I'm liking it. We're not scared, you know what I mean, of how things are turning out. We've surrendered control and we got it back. Right? We surrendered control and we got it back. So we are just we're happy. You know what I mean? We're happy. And that's the whole situation with that. You know what I mean? We're on the verge of winning our first title in 22 years, man. You know what I mean? And we ain't gonna let nobody deter us from that. You get me? Crystal Palace, people. There's some news about Crystal Palace that I get to read today. How serious it is or how true it is, I do not know. You know what I mean? Not every sources is true. You get some sources and you read it. Some sources only put out information out there so that they can get um views or whatever it is, right? But I was reading today, right? And what I was reading today is that, hey, guess what? There is a clause in the contract of Ibrice Eze that if Ibrice Eze and Arsenal win the Premier League, Crystal Palace, Crystal Palace will get an extra £10 million. Damn. You know what I mean? Extra £10 million. Is that a blessing or a curse? I'm wondering. No. Look at it, people. Oh, ironic. Who is the team that Arsenal plays last? Oh, yeah. Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace. And if Arsenal win all their games, they are champions. And Crystal Palace is a team that they play last to lift the trophy. So, what's gonna be? Crystal Palace. What is it gonna be? Huh? Y'all want 10 grand? Y'all want 10 mil? All y'all want to try fight and brag. I know 10 mil kind of sound good to me. Crystal Palace. Anybody that put that clause in there is a damn brilliant person. That's all I know. You know what I mean? Because Arsenal winning the league anyway. So anybody that put that clause in that contract with Eze winning that 10 million, however, how true it is, not sure. You know what I mean? We're just here to talk about it. We've read it. You know what I mean? And we're just here to talk about it. So Crystal Palace is the final game of the season. You know what I mean? How fitting would it be for Eze to be lifting the trophy at his former club, at his former home, just a year after he signed from them? You know what I mean? How fitting would it be? You know what I mean? Should be, would be a play, must be fantastic. You know what I mean? Must be fantastic for him. And I'm sure Sure, sure, sure. The Crystal Palace fans would be happy for Eze. You know what I mean? He gave them a lot. He gave them as much as they gave him. You know what I mean? He gave them back in return. You know what I mean? He gave them back in return. And he's such a humble guy. You know what I mean? Such a good lad. Such a humble guy. You know what I mean? I respect Eze a lot. I do. I do. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's any bad blood with Eze and these Crystal Palace people. You know what I mean? So I definitely think that they will be happy for him. They will be happy for him. You know what I mean? So yeah. But that contract, anybody that put that £10 million something into that, I ain't gonna lie. That has some boss deals. Like when the smell, like the smell Arsenal was gonna win the league. You know what I mean? But anybody who have sense can realize that this team is getting better, has been getting better, and will get better. So of course, why not? That's a smart move. You know what I mean? That is a smart move. Definitely. Definitely. Um, let's go to something that I really want to talk about. So there's been debate going on forever since Viktor Gyokeres came to the club. You know what I mean? Viktor Gyokeres has been going through a rough time, even by me. You know what I mean? Even with me, he's not my favorite striker. I ain't gonna lie. No, I'm liking him. I'm liking Viktor Gyokeres. No, but I'm gonna be honest. You know what I mean? Viktor Gyokeres used to irritate the shit out of me. You get what I'm saying? He used to irritate me, man. He can't control. Him look last on the game. He look like him just want to run through person and bulldozer them, man. You know, it just never did make sense. You know what I mean? This Victor Gyökeres signing wasn't making sense to me. It looked like him just never have no football brain. Like him just couldn't play football. You understand what I'm saying? Like him just couldn't play football. And it just never did that. It just never made no sense to me. You know what I mean? What's going on with this player? You know what I mean? This is not the same player that I watched in the Portuguese league when we played against him. He was he you could see the talent there. Why has he come to us? Him fight so hard to come to us and not making any sense. Let me understand that, right? And we wanted to move away from Kai Havertz as that striker. You know what I mean? As that number 9 striker. And that's the reason why we went out and buy Victor Gyokeres. But still have to be using Kai Havertz because Victor Gyokeres just was not showing up. You know what I mean? And Victor Gyokeres, Kai Havertz has been injured for most of the season. We've felt it, we've suffered. You know what I'm saying? When he's back, the team plays better, right? Was that down to the situation with the whole fact that Arsenal team is used to playing with a false nine? Because ever since I know, it's like Arsenal team has always had a false nine. It's like we're full of midfielder. Because the false nine acts as a midfielder and then, you know what I mean, go to that. It's just, we play better with that system. And it's like they didn't know how to fit Victor Gyokeres in. There are several times, we all see it, we're not blind. There's several times our skipper have the ball to pass to Victor Gyokeres and choose not to. You know what I mean? Is there bad blood? I don't think so. Do they don't trust him? Probably. You know what I mean? His lack of control and all of that probably has been causing some issue with the whole scenario of, you know what I mean, him and all of that. But we all know that Victor Gyokeres was a beast. We all know that, man. We've seen it. We just was always wondering when this beast was going to come out to play. When were we going to see the beast? I don't know what Arteta did. Probably went and I don't know if he had him on some special training. I don't know what's the situation with Victor and what he went through. But Arteta told us that, yo, things are going to change. Him always did I say that. The team always said that when Victor Gyökeres unleashed, he's going to be devastated. You know what I mean? His teammates always said that. But we were yet to see it. So we were always open, banking on Kyros to always be fit. You know what I'm saying? Always banking on him to be fit. But something click. Something click. And I think when does that click? I think we recognize that click. Let's not get it wrong. His work rate was always there. Victor work rate was always there. He's a beast. He works hard. You know what I mean? He works hard. You know what I mean? But we needed more. We needed more. And he gave us that in the Fulham game, first and foremost. We saw a different style of Victor Gyokeres. We started to see it from the first leg Champions League game against Atletico. We started to see that. We see him win his penalty. You know what I mean? Very smart in doing it as well. Put his body in front the ball, and player. You know what I mean? And draw a smart foul. Very smart. Right? And we see him take his penalty. I mean, like every keeper should be devastated when Viktor Gyokeres stand up over a penalty. Because I'm gonna put him foot through it. The keeper dived the right way and the ball went through his hand. By the time he closed it, the ball is in the back of the net, rattling it. You know what I'm saying? So we saw the improvement from that first Atletico game. We saw it get more refined with a change of system, or you know what I mean, with some different players in the Fulham game. You know what I mean? Arteta made a twist in the Fulham game that people been asking. We all been begging for that for a while. Everybody and them granny been begging for Miles Lewis Kelly to get a start in that midfield. We all see how well that kid can shield that ball. We all see how well that kid can carry that ball. You know what I mean? I think he's probably the best ball carrier in that team. When he carries that ball and shield that ball carrying it with his body, trust me, it's difficult to get that from him. We all see that. So we all been crying for this player to be unleashed. Why haven't you unleashed it? Why haven't you unleashed him earlier? Well, he said that he don't know, probably just don't know. You know what I mean? He said that it was probably risky to put a young kid in that position that he hasn't played all season. If it works, it's brilliant. If it doesn't work, then it's a catastrophe. We understand that. But guess what? No risk, no reward. You understand what I'm saying? Without risk, you can't achieve the ultimate, and the victory can't sweet. The victory can't sweet if you don't feel like you earn it. You know what I mean? That's the reason why these achievements are so sweet to us this time right now. Because we feel like we have earned it. We have fought every single way to earn all of what we're getting right now. And nobody can take that from us. Nobody can deny that. You know what I mean? Because we have fight. Fight, fight, fight. Remember when Manchester City beat us, you know? That was one of the best games Arsenal played all year. Not all season, you know, all year. Right? And when they done, they were right there on the ground. Declan Rice bend down and he look up to his captain and he say, "It's not done." I never forget. And I never give up doubt. But that put a new sense of belief inside me. Ask anybody on this channel if you are new. Ask them if I ever waver about Arsenal winning this league. It's not done. And if the players believe that it's not done, they are the one that are playing. I'm the one that are following them. And if they believe that it's not done, trust me, I'm with them. I'm believing that it's not done. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that it wasn't done because they said it. And this time, they didn't just say it. They showed the damn thing. They showed it that it's not done. The football changed. The belief is there. The fight is back. They are showing you that they want this. This team can make history. Thierry Henry said they were the invincible, but this team can become the unforgettable. Nobody will ever forget this team in the history of the sport if they pull off what they're about to pull off. Nobody can deny that. I stray so far about from what I was saying, but I was talking about Viktor Gyokeres and where he is now to where he was when he just started for the club. Viktor Gyokeres, you understand me? That's what's up. Hold on, guys. So to where we are coming from and to where he's coming from and to where he is now. And he started showing that in the first leg of the Atletico game. He was fantastic in Fulham game. And each game we keep on looking at him and we said, okay, that was one of his best performances in the first leg of the Atletico game. Oh, damn. This is his best performance in an Arsenal shirt in the Fulham game. But as good as he was in that Fulham game, I think his best performance was in the Atletico second leg. Viktor Gyokeres was a centre forward. It was a centre forward that Arsenal have been longing for. It was a centre forward that Arsenal needed at the moment. As much as I'm a Carver fan, because I'm a fan of playing with the false nine, I am telling you this much. Viktor Gyokeres stays in my team. If Viktor Gyokeres can continue with this form that he's in right now, we're going to win everything. We're going to win everything that's left. And I believe that. I definitely believe that. It's been fantastic. The fight. I think he was Atletico Madrid defense nightmare. I don't think they like him. To how much I don't think Atletico Madrid like Victor Gyokeres. If they get him for free right now, Simeone gonna tell him no. Simeone gonna tell him no. He gave Simeone a nightmare. That's how good he was. That's how good he was. Big up Victor Gyokeres and the performance. You know what I mean? It's never too late for a shower rain. You know what I mean? It's better late than never, right? It's better late than never. In turn up late, but it's better late than never. Right now, I'll just say that, guess what? The team has brought us this far. So Victor Gyokeres turned up at the right time. At the right proper time, this him turn up. Right? And we're hopeful. Hopeful he can go into this, finishing games, even getting better. And if Victor Gyokeres keep on picking up in performance and going forward, I can't wait to see him next season. No joke. Can't wait to give him. I don't know if it's very ironic that, hey, people say man and girlfriend get back together. Man and girlfriend get back together and him find the farmer in life. You know what I mean? That girl need to stay with Victor. Young lady, whosoever you is, hear me I said, do not leave back the baller again. Okay? Stay with, y'all need to get married and have some children. Okay, as long as him there Arsenal, y'all need to stay together so him can maintain this form. You understand me? You seem like you is his good luck charm. So do the right thing. All right, Victor Gyokeres, light the farm here. Light the farm here. You understand me? So we move on to the game now. West Ham. Big up everybody in the community, by the way. Now make sure y'all liking the channel, all right? Like, you know, we're going to reason, right? At the end of the day, we are going to reason. You know this. This is what we're about. You know what I mean? I don't ignore my community at all. You know what I mean? Just getting some stuff off of my chest so we can get a reason after that. And you know, y'all can just put back y'all comments in the chat and we will go over them and talk about them and reason on them. That's what we do, man. That's what we do. That's why this community is so fantastic. You know what I mean? Yeah. West Ham is another bitter, is another love-hate situation right there. Just like the situation with Crystal Palace, you know what I mean? We're gonna have a situation with West Ham. We went and we took their captain, right? If it wasn't us, it would be somebody else, right? Manchester City was about to do it too. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the bad blood for. He had to leave and go somewhere. He chose the Gunners, right? Now he's on the verge of achieving greatness. The man did deliver a trophy to him before him leave. He did deliver a trophy before he left. You know what I mean? Why can't people just be grateful and move on? You know what I mean? Why love of it end in a bitter relationship sometimes? You don't have to end like that, man. Sometimes you can just be grateful for persons and gracefully move on. That's life, you know. Life is all about moving on. right? But West Ham does seem like they move on from um Declan Rice. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna carry this bitter relation, this bitter hate against Declan Rice. Or you kind of carry something against your captain that deliver your trophy. And him decide to come out of the small pan and go in a big pan because him not get too big. You know what it's like for a tall man a walk in our house. And if you bend down, I can't tell you, it's not nice because me tall. It's not nice. I'm tall. You're walking into a house and you have to be bending your head. That was Declan Rice at West Ham. You know what I'm saying? Him a grow too big in a little pan, so him needed more space. And look how him a get healthy and a swim around the Arsenal big pool. You see that? That's what happened when you know, say, yo, a time for you move this fish into a bigger pond so him can grow. It's just life. It's just life. West Ham is our next opponent. And it's not the same situation like Crystal Palace. Because West Ham are steering down the barrel of relegation. And Arsenal might have can save them season, but we can't. If you understand what I mean. It'll be fun to see Spurs get relegated. You know what I mean? Fun. But since Spurs get relegated, that means the West Ham have to beat Arsenal, and we can't do that something there. Spurs not that important to we. To we throw full season if Spurs get relegated. Spurs is never ever and will never ever be that important to us. Trophies are more important to us. You understand what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a hell of a clash. I'm not telling you it's gonna be a walk in the park because you have one team fighting for a title that they haven't won in 22 years. And you have another team fighting to stay up and not get relegated. So, two different things them a fight for, but at the same fight. Them a fight to achieve something that's very important to them. You understand me? So, I can't say I wish West Ham all the best. I cannot say that. I cannot say that because I want them to lose. You get me? The only thing we can pray and wish for West Ham fans is that Spurs lose too. That's all we can say. You know what I mean? I only can say I wish Spurs lose too. But West Ham, we have a job to do as Declan Rice because they asked Declan Rice about the situation. And he was brutally honest. You know what I mean? Him say, yo, West Ham give him everything. Him want everything to that club. You know what I mean? Him say, when Chelsea let him go, you know what I mean? West Ham take him in. You know, when you live on my yard and they run out and somebody just say, yo, come stay with me. You know what I mean? And you know for wash, cook and clean and all of them something and you just, you know what I mean? XYZ. I start do the thing. And then because they start wash, cook and clean and so forth, other person see what you can do and say, yo, you know what? I gotta pay you more. I that happen with Declan Rice. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful. You know what I mean? Him not hide that, him not deny that. Him say, yo, I'm grateful. West Ham give him everything. And we can understand that. You know, we can understand that. Gratitude, is a must, And that's the reason why Declan Rice is striving so much. Because his gratitude is tall. His gratitude is tall. He never ever yet feel to give West Ham gratitude for all they have done for him. Right? But you have to state this as well. As a professional, he have to do his job. Because he also need a trophy, He also need a trophy. You know what I mean? He also need that trophy. He must be a core part of this Arsenal team right now. Him embedded in us. Him a part of our DNA now. The West Ham blood gone out time. The love still did it. But it's not home anymore. Arsenal is home. You know what I mean? And you have to fight for your home. You know, when you leave out to your community and go in a different community and married and get pitney and get all of them something, and that become your home, and that you're willing to fight and bleed for now. That's a situation with Declan Rice. And yes, so him starting family. You understand what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You get me? So him say even though And that's the situation. Even though the situation is West Ham give him everything. You know what I mean? He must be doing job. His job right now is to play for Arsenal and win trophies. I mean, no Declan Rice won the Premier League trophy there. I mean, no Declan Rice won the Champions League trophy there. Because guess what? With those two trophies, he will be in the conversation of the Ballon d'Or. He definitely have to be in the conversation. That's not even a joke. You know what I'm saying? Will he win it? That's another story. But it have to be in the conversation. You understand me? So yeah, that's what's up with that situation. So it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a very, very hard game. You understand what I'm saying? But I know that we can do it. You know what I mean? We have been there before. We have fight. You know what I mean? We have fight left in our way. You know what I'm saying? We have put ourselves in this position right now. And trust me, I know as a fan, I don't want to see God. And I know the players not letting it go. So I'm believing in everything that's going on with these players and this club 100%. You get me? And we're going to just go out there and do the damn thing. You understand? Manchester City played before us. They played Brentford before us. That's their game in hand. That's the game that they're going to catch up with us. We're going to move forward again because we play Sunday. I'm very, very interested in that game because I really want to see. And what about that game is tomorrow? Yeah, I really want to see what happens because, as I said, Brentford is fighting for this Champions League position that they can actually achieve. You know what I mean? It just takes some fight. So let's see. Let's see what goes on. He got me nice, and you don't know Riley's world like a watch. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We were there at the Everton game. We were right here doing watch along with the Everton game. Fantastic game. You know what I mean? I think the 2 minutes extra, they're too long still. You know what I mean? Without that 2 minutes extra, we'll be talking about something different right now. But that 2 minutes extra, they gave Manchester City a window of opportunity, you know what I mean, for roll out and you know what I mean? That we didn't need everything for shot. But nevertheless, our destiny is in our own hands, and we need to do what we need to do for win. You get me? And then we're gonna celebrate again. When we win Sunday, we're gonna celebrate. So the celebrating police can come handcuff and lock up again. Because we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate every single victory from right now until the end of the season. Everyone. We're going to celebrate them because guess what? As Arteta tell them, finals we are playing now. Every single game is a final. And when they win the final, don't you celebrate? You was on the end, man. If we ever consider every game as final, why wouldn't we celebrate? When you win a final, you celebrate, yeah? Yeah. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to celebrate every single win after every single game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that is it. So, yes, I. Yes, I. So we're looking forward to it. We're going to do a podcast on the game and do some starting 11 and do some breakdown and all who available from who not available. I don't know, probably later or tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. I'm not sure about later. But definitely tomorrow. Later on, probably just turn on and do some banterism because a lot of time we do some banter. But you know, right now we're up on some different level anyway, so we're not even at that. We're on some different level right now. We're about to achieve greatness, and those are what we're about. You get me? Yes, 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 yes. With that being said, community, how you doing? How y'all doing? I see y'all. I see y'all. Y'all are here. Y'all are representing. Y'all turn up. Y'all turn out. You get me? And y'all ready to talk. I can see that. Big up on yourself. Let's communicate. You know what I mean? Let's communicate. How y'all doing? Talk to me. What's on y'all mind? What's on y'all mind? While you're here doing all of that, remember to like the channel, all right? Remember to hit the like button. And if you're new, you just come over here, you see the channel, you like it, we a reason. You know what I mean? Whether you be an Arsenal fan or not, you like the thing, you like what I go on, subscribe to the thing. You know what I mean? We talk football. You get me? Yeah, man, we talk football. So, do the damn thing. Big up Zion. Zion says, I'm a Man City fan. I want to apologize to Arsenal. I was wrong. Shame on me. Roast me. Cook me. I deserve it. Hey, it's football, man. It is what it is. You get me? It is what it is. Our only hope, we just pray that we can hold out and go through. This is what I've always been telling people. I know the hate for Arsenal is real. You know what I mean? It's so real. The hate is sickening. You know what I mean? Because football is not supposed to be like this. You get me? How I know football is this. When we're playing against each other, we're rival. But when we're playing against the rest of the world, we're friends. You get me? I see Arsenal playing against Atletico Madrid, and all of Spain is backing Atletico Madrid, and only Arsenal fan and a few other fans backing Arsenal. The 90% of England don't want to see Arsenal win, and that's a disgrace. You get me? That's a disgrace. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? People don't understand how football is anymore. You know what I mean? Just straight hatred. Straight hatred. You get me? Straight hatred. And football is not like that for me. You get me? Football is not like that for me. Sorry. Good fire say, can you become a famous YouTuber? I have 399 subscribers, but I don't know if I can become famous. Of course you can become famous, man. Hard work is the key to success, bro. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody tell you what you can't or can do. You know what I mean? It's all within you. You are the one who have to determine who you are and what you can achieve. The sky is the limit, you know. But you have to vision it and know and think and figure out if you can reach it and try. You know what I mean? Nothing be trying. And you never gonna know unless you try. You get me? And when you jump off of something you drop short, you figure more or less, okay, and if you push yourself a little further, this is the problem, that is the problem. You get what I'm saying? But you can be whatever you want to be. Don't forget that. You get me? Yeah, man. Look like I've been streaming the broccoli. I don't know what that is, man. Sorry. We've been attacking and positive these last 4 games, but I don't mind if Arteta set us up as set piece FC again for PSG. I think we can beat PSG without set piece, man. We have the defense to back us. You know what I mean? Of course, if we win by set piece, I don't care. I don't care how we win, you know, as long as we win. You know what I mean? I don't care how we win as long as we win. We're not going to play their game. We're going to play the Arsenal way, the new version of this Arsenal way. You know what I mean? Some long ball, some corners, you know what I mean? Some slow down ball game. We're going to play our way. That's how we're going to win. We can't win by playing how them want we to play. We are playing how we are going to play. That's what I'm saying. And yeah, I think we're going to do it, man. Science said Arsenal deserve every single credit. Big up yourself, Zion. Big up yourself. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love. I hope Man City will beat Chelsea in the FA Cup final. That I do. For sure, for sure, for sure. I hope Manchester City beat Chelsea. Not just beat them, whip them backside in the FA Cup final. For sure. I'm with you on that. No joke. Arsenal 2, PSG 1 Champions League final predictions coming in. Whether Arsenal or PSG win, but I know it's gonna be close. I think so too. It's gonna be a good game though, for sure. Will you watch the World Cup? Definitely, but we're gonna do a lot of watch along for the World Cup, people. Definitely gonna do a lot of watch along for the World Cup. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe, hit your notification, and tune in. You know what I mean? We're gonna do some build up to the World Cups as well. So I gonna want to know everybody team. You know what I mean? Who y'all think gonna win and everything. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're gonna finish the league first, and then we start on this World Cup business. You know what I mean? But we have lots of more football to do. Lots and lots of more football to do because, as I said, the World Cup is another beast by itself. You get me? And we're going to be here every single step of the way. You understand? We're going to enjoy it and have fun together. That is it. Definitely going to do that. We're going to go toe to toe. Trust. I believe, man. I believe. I believe that is it. Chelsea celebrates City loss. Let's hope they celebrate this one too. Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. Hey, all I know is this. It will be an amazing achievement for Chelsea to get a trophy this season with the season with the season that they're having. You know what I mean? It will be amazing for them to get to a trophy. I don't see them beating City, to be honest to you. I don't see them beating City. Especially I think City people are saying that this is Pep last season. You know what I mean, as Manchester City coach. So that's the reason why I think he's fighting for everything that he can. gain. You know what I mean? So he can leave on a high. You know what I mean? I personally think if he don't win the Premier League, he gonna do another season. But there's so much scenarios to this. You know what I mean? Because I think that Morosco has been in the shadows waiting on him to leave. You know what I mean? I personally think that was part of Morrisco's problem why he had to leave Chelsea. You know what I mean? Because I don't think he could have guaranteed them his future because of this Manchester City links. You know what I mean? I do think that Morrisco and Manchester City already have a plan. You know what I mean? That's what I think. That's what I think. Liverpool will beat Chelsea. I'm not sure. No. Liverpool don't seem that they can beat nobody right now, to be honest. You know. They might get a stalemate in that game. They don't seem like they can really manage to do nothing right now as far as football is concerned. You know what I mean? They're just not it. Trust me, they're just not it. Um as Foreign said, they're so bad though. These mans lost to a rotated Nottingham Forest. And look what Aston Villa did to Nottingham Forest. You know what I'm saying? A rotated Nottingham Forest. And look what Aston Villa did to a full strength Nottingham Forest. Well, almost a full strength Nottingham Forest. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. Next season will be very exciting to watch. I think so. I think so. I think a lot of good players come into the Premier League next season, man. And I think a lot of switching around going to do with these teams, with these players. Um, but I definitely think a lot of good players coming to um the Premier League next season. Um, let's hit a little bit on this Real Madrid situation. What is going on over at Real Madrid? The Prince of Football, Real Madrid. What is going on with them? You know what I mean? The Prince of Football. They are in a shamble. Fights and all of that. I heard that 32 million petition. 32 million petition, I think. I'm sure I'm saying it right. I think it's 32 million people petition for Kai Mbappe to leave the club. And I think they said that the most petition before that was 26. So he surpassed it. Way past it already. Way past it. You know what I mean? Way past it already. Real Madrid is in a devastating situation right now. You know what I mean? Really bad situation right now. I think that's the reason why they're probably looking for, or they probably, I think they probably start some discussion with Jose Marino to be the coach. You know what I mean? I think they start some discussion with Marino to be the coach. Marino is very interested in joining back Real Madrid again. As a matter of fact, he's been hunger for a big club for a while. You know what I mean? He's only been getting some small clubs for a while now. You know what I mean? Benfica and Galatasaray is a big club in their own rights over where they are. But y'all know what I'm talking about. So he's been hungry for a big club for a while. So Real Madrid, um, that opportunity open up and is open and ready. You know what I mean? But I think he's just a front runner for that position just because, you know what I mean, persons that I think they're really interested in is not available. You know what I mean? Somebody like Jurgen Klopp. I think Jurgen Klopp is their ideal candidate who they really want to, you know what I mean, but he's with the Red Bull group and he has no intention or shown no indication that he is trying to leave them. So I think they leave with Jose Mourinho. You know what I mean? They leave with Jose Mourinho. Fantastic, because Jose Mourinho always seems to beat Arsenal, but Real Madrid never does. So if he gets that job, let's see what that clash gonna be like. Let's see. Um, Zion said, "Real Royal Rumble." The Royal Rumble in Madrid. That is it. This never happened in the PL. Nah. You see, Real Madrid have too much ego in their team. Everybody is the biggest star. And that's why they are where they are right now. You know what I mean? The ego is real over at Real Madrid. You get me? And trust me, Mbappe, all of them, it's too much ego, man. Ain't nothing else gonna happen there. Too much ego. Sorry. That it is what it is. Arsenal FC is lifting the UEFA Champions League trophy in the first time history. Rajat said that. Big up yourself, big up yourself. Of course. That's what we're aiming for. We will do it. You know what I mean? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, Rajat. We're gonna do it. Rajat Pinnacle, we're gonna do it. Okay? Yeah, man. Barcelona will beat Real Madrid on Sunday. Oh, El Clasico. I wonder what time that is. I might be at work though. That's the thing. I don't think I'm gonna be available to do a stream. I don't think I'm gonna be available to a stream. But guys, I'm definitely gonna look into try to bring some more Spanish games. Try to do some more watch along with the Spanish games. You know what I mean? Get to know a little bit more of the Spanish team and players. You know what I mean? Just widen the football a bit because I know that there are fans for everybody on this channel. So I'm gonna widen. I started widening it in the league now because I don't only carry this Arsenal game. I'll carry some other games once I have the time. You know what I mean? I'll do it. You get me? Yeah. So I'm going to start doing as much as I can just to make sure that everybody get a taste of what's going on and just feel pleased about being a part of this family because we support their interests as well. All right. Led said, big up my guy Alfonso. Come on, you Gunners. Big up your damn self, Led, of course. Come on, you Gunners. More fight to happen in real. Hey, that's their business, man. They keep on fighting. I hope they sell a lot of their players. Yeah, I do. Madrid fans being unfair to Mbappe. Yes, he adds to the problem, but I don't think he is the main cause. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's really the situation with Madrid and Mbappe. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the situation is surround Mbappe leaving PSG as well. I never get it. You know what I mean? Mbappe seems to bring problem with him though, and that's a fact. It was problem at PSG, you know what I mean, and it brought the same energy to Real Madrid. So I think that's where they're looking at the whole situation with him. You know what I mean? It was a problem at PSG, man. You get me? And look at the problem that him and PSG is still going at right now. You know what I'm saying? And I think it brought the same energy with him in at Real Madrid. You get me? There's so much to look at as well. Remember, this man could have won the league, the Champions League at PSG at all. You get me? And he left and he come into a team that was supposed to be sure of winning the league. You know what I mean? That's the reason why he went there. You know what I mean? That's the reason why he went there. And the same season that he left PSG won the Champions League. The same season that he left, PSG won the Champions League. Ain't that crazy? That is crazy, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they compete again and they got knocked out. You know what I mean? It's like they're not getting any closer to achieving what they're trying to achieve. You get me? I know it's probably just cursed with the Champions League. Probably. I don't know. But they're having some serious issues with him over there. And I hope they can rectify their situation. Because football is fun, man, and football is nice. You know what I mean? Get back to playing ball, man. Let's do the damn thing. You get me? Yeah. Pep and Arteta will sort this out. Oh yeah, Arteta and Pep definitely will sort that out. That's no joke. Remember, Arteta get rid of our best player, Mbappe. What was the situation? I don't know. Well, Arteta get rid of our best player, Mbappe. I ain't about Mbappe. Aubameyang, Aubameyang. Arteta get rid of our best player, Aubameyang. So you know what I mean? It is what it is. Um, all it takes is few bad games from Vinny, and then Madrid fans gonna tear him up. Well, they love. You see, that's the thing. It's not only that they tear into Mbappe, they tear into Vinny more than anybody else. You know what I mean? I think Vinny get the worst treatment out of Real Madrid, whether it be by their fans or everybody. You know what I mean? I think Vinny's a easy target for people. I don't know why. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I think he's a crybaby though, but I really do think he still try hard. You know what I mean? I think he tries really hard. I think the team would be kind of lost without Vinny as well. Real Madrid squad is very, very weak. I think their coaching is weak. I don't think their squad is weak because of I don't know. They They don't have no fight in them, man. You know what I mean? They don't have no fight in them. I don't know what's going on. They don't have no fight in them. I trust me. As I said, things are different from how they were. I think Remagen need to change their style of recruitment. Things are different from how they was back then when they could get all the best players and all of that and all of that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like that anymore. They get all the best players and it's still not the same because the best players and their ego doesn't produce result. You get me? While teams are getting players that fit their team, they are just trying to get the best players. You know what I mean? Some don't even fit their team or their style of player, this or that. And I think that's what's messing up them situation. They're not gelling. You get me? Yeah, they're not gelling. Big up Michelle in the building. Big up Michelle. Always talking a bunch of crap though, but big up Michelle nevertheless. Uh well, his performance show different now. Outscoring CR7 first season twice, by the way. Yeah, his performance is awesome. You know what I mean? His performance is awesome. Trust me, his performance. I like Vinny. You know what I mean? I do like Vinny. As I said, I still think he's a crybaby. But I still do like Vinny. You know what I mean? Win or draw, we are winning the league anyway, said Ash. That is it. 6 balls, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Uh, that is it. Asher Riley, the final against PSG gonna be tough. Hope you win, but it's gonna be tough. We know it's gonna be tough. We're not saying that, yo, we're gonna run over people. No, we're not saying that. You know what I mean? We're not saying that. But we know it's gonna be a good game. Definitely. You know what I mean? We know it's gonna be a good game. Delusional Michelle said PSG winning 5-2. That's crazy. You think we're Inter Milan? That's what you think, hey? I hope Yamal score again. Wasn't Yamal injured? Is he fit again? I thought he was injured. I think he was out for the season. Isn't that the situation? Let me know. As I think that's the situation. Yeah, so Arsenal going up against West Ham. Gonna be a fantastic game. Gonna be a very, very good game. You know what I mean? It's two teams fighting for two different achievements, but nevertheless, gonna be a fight anyway. Any which way, it's gonna be a fight. All right? Definitely gonna be a fight. So let's see what's the outcome. You know what I mean? Let's see what's the outcome. And then we will see. But we're looking for Arsenal victory. You know what I mean? There's a lot at stake. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot at stake. Not just a whole lot at stake. So let's do the damn thing. Let's go out there. Let's be victorious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's go out there and be victorious. We are doing fantastic so far. Let's just finish the job. You know what I mean? Let's just finish it job. Michelle is a Everton supporter. They don't know what it is like to lift a trophy, so that's the reason why she's just bantering. You know what I mean? They don't know what it is like to lift a trophy. You know what I mean? So her best bet is just to banter. You know what I mean? She gets off by making fun of herself. Because she sure ain't making fun of Arsenal. Sure ain't making fun of Arsenal. Arsenal in the Champions League final. The only way Everton's going to a Champions League final is when they book their ticket to go watch in the stand. That's the only time they ever gonna go into a Champions League final. Trust me. I don't even think Mourinho can take Vini and Mbappe. I think one of them need to go. I think one of them need to go. You know what I mean? I do think one of them need to go. You get me? They are both fighting to be the star man. You know what I mean? That's what it all come down to me. You know what I mean? That's what it all come down to me. Who wants to be the star? Zion, yes. Yes, Zion. Yes to your answer. Man, come on, don't say that to her. Arsenal hasn't won anything this season too. Yeah, but Arsenal have won stuff. Everton don't win nothing. That's the thing. Riley, we will see at the weekend if you win West Ham or not. Of course, Michelle, we're gonna win West Ham. You know what I mean? Of course we're gonna win West Ham. That's not a problem. You know what I mean? We're just talking about you. You're not even qualifying for Champions League. You have a team 3-1 up. 3-1. You know what I mean? And let them come back in no time. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. You can't win trophies like that, man. You can't even gain Champions League by doing them crap that you're doing. You know what I mean? And here I was rooting for you to win the game. You know what I mean? Here I was. Then they say Kylian Mbappe need to go. Real Madrid was better without him. I think so too. I ain't gonna lie. I think so too. Aisha Speed went to your country. Yeah, 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 I know. I see. Big up Jamaica. Um, Ash Riley got bipolar. Yeah, sometime. Not all the time though, Michelle. Just sometime. You compromise with one player not running for the team, but not two, even if they got other qualities. Which player they compromise for? We say, probably one of them earned themselves. Probably one earned and the other doesn't. You know what I mean? But you can't have two players as a baggage. You know what I mean? That's like you defending with 9 man. Then you can't have two players as a baggage. You know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the same point that I make. You only can have one star. You only can have one star. If everybody becomes star and everybody just want to attack, then who's gonna defend? You get what I'm saying? That's the thing. That's why I tell you, one of them need to go. You only can have one star. Their two egos are too much. You know what I mean? Their egos are too much. You get me? And they're going to continue to lose because they've become a baggage. They become a liability instead of asset when they keep on behaving like this. You get where I'm coming from? Yeah. So if not one, let go both of them. I guarantee you, if they get rid of both of them, they become a better team. Trust me. Trust me. I see them putting Mbappe to Arsenal. I don't that will never happen. I don't see that happening because for Mbappe to play for Arsenal, he has to change. Or else he rub that bench until his butt sore. Arteta don't play. Everybody knows that. You know what I mean? That attitude can't work at Arsenal. So, not that it would ever come to Arsenal anyway, because those money and shit are a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Gonna run down his contract and see if he can go to Saudi on a free transfer and collect a bunch of money again. That's probably what's gonna be happening. Would you go to the Emirate and watch Arsenal? Definitely, of course. I will one of these days. If you don't want to run and defend, you have to be Lionel Messi. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yep, that's a fact. So I said my brother is an Arsenal fan. Alex Wang said, "Congrats, man. Respect, Alex Wang. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. At least a lot of this community ain't as salty as Michelle. I don't know, man. Michelle is bitter. Michelle just seemed kind of sad. Michelle, you wanna hug? You wanna hug Michelle? I don't know what's going on with Michelle, man. Even when the red is in front of her, she's still telling you that the color is something else. I don't know. Big up Michelle. Big up Michelle. Riley, are you at work when Arsenal playing? Yes, I will be at work. You know, Michelle. I will be at work. Sleeps and wake up with an Arsenal shirt. Yeah, that's an Arsenal fan, all right. I will take Vinny even though he cries a lot. Yeah, I'll take Vinny over Mbappe any day. Yeah, I think he's easier to train in terms of the kind of the what you want him to do. You know what I mean? I think he's easier to train into what you want him to do. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Mbappe feel like he's a star, and I think that's just gonna be his personality. People gas him up too much. You know what I mean? He needs to calm down. He needs to come down. Yep. So that's what's up. That's what's up. I said, don't worry about Michelle, Zion. Michelle is just sad. Michelle is a sad person sometimes. She said I'm bipolar, but Michelle seems like she goes through a lot. You gotta be sad when your team don't win anything though, but it's all right. Michelle just gets sad a lot. So she just kind of just go around and just hate on everything. You know what I mean? Everything. She be hating on everything. She gonna be hating on Aston Villa. She gonna be hating on Crystal Palace. She gonna be hating on everybody, man, because she ain't winning, and they are. Jenny Thong said, I want West Ham to absolutely beat, but it won't happen. Uh, I appreciate that reality check, Jenny. I appreciate that reality check. I appreciate that reality check. We're gonna be lifting the trophy, so why would I be sad, Michelle? We're gonna be lifting the Premier League. Why would I be sad? And then on the 30th, we're gonna be lifting the Champions League. Why would I be sad? You know what I mean? No, wouldn't be sad. As a Man City fan, we need a deserved winner, not a French Burger League winner. What team Michelle support? A team that has never won anything yet, but always in the Premier League. They've always been in the Premier League and never win nothing yet. Everton. They're always there. They're like a bad, what do you call it? They're like a bad habit. You know when you have a bad habit, just won't leave you alone. Anywhere you go, your bad habit follow you. That's Everton. Bad habit, always there, but never good. Always there, but it's never good. That's Michelle. But people, this is where I go. Arsenal always finishing second. Where Everton finish, Michelle? I wouldn't say that if I was you. I wouldn't ever say that if I was you. Where does Everton finish? But anyway, not even a conference league or shameless. Not even not even a Carabao Cup. Not even a Carabao Cup. Nothing. Not even a trophy for trying. Did you notice I found out tonight if Villa win the Europa League 6? Yeah, I know. I was talking about it earlier on. You're late. I was talking about it earlier on. And Brentford and Bournemouth are two teams that are fighting for that position. And Manchester City have to play both of them. Manchester City have to play both of them. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Definitely going to be very interesting. Yep, it's going to be interesting. Michelle, your team has never even scratched and win a burger. You have never even win a scratch off ticket to win a burger. But it's okay, Michelle. Don't worry. Don't worry. Big up on yourself, man. Big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. People, I appreciate y'all staying with me. You know what I mean? I appreciate the love. All right. I'll see you guys again later on or probably tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'll try to come later on, but if not tomorrow, we will do starting 11 and score prediction. We will see who is fit to play and who is not. Okay? So appreciate everybody past show, man. Big up my moderator, Michelle. Y'all don't mind me and Michelle. That's how we got it. You know what I mean? That's how we got it. She's a part of my team, as you can see. She's a moderator here. But you know what I mean? It is what it is. The 8 is still real, but I don't care. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to show everybody that this community is different. I'm not gonna mad at you because you don't like Arsenal. It's fine. You know what I mean? It's fine. Big up everybody, man. Y'all have a pleasant night and thank y'all for tuning in. See you on the next one. All right? Big up y'all damn self. Peace. I'm out.